We're in Virden, and the little long building behind me is called Queen Terrace. Queen because it's on Queen Street. Terrace because it's an example of a building called a terrace. Terraces were common from about the 1880s to around about the turn of the 20th century. The idea was they could accommodate many people side by side in a bunch of attached compartments. Eventually, they began to realize that, well, there were maybe more efficient ways to do it by building apartment blocks. So by the time you get to the early 20th century, that's really all they built. So when you find these terraces, they're usually an indication of a building built, well, say from around the 1880s to the early 1900s. In this particular case, we think it was built in the 1890s. And if so, that means that it was probably built by a couple of gentlemen, Saul and Irish, who operated a brickyard. They probably made the bricks from which this terrace is constructed. They went on to build all sorts of buildings around the province, including some more terraces, but today, as far as we know, there's only a handful of terraces left. There's the one here in Virden, there's one in Brandon, there's one in Killarney, and there's about a handful in Winnipeg, and that's it. Because otherwise they switched to a different kind of technology that was more efficient. They did away with terraces. This has been a Manitoba Heritage Minute, brought to you by Sunrise Credit Union. Do you know about any other terrace buildings around Manitoba? If so, tell us about them in the comments below.